Yo guys, welcome back to the Touchliner podcast, episode 16. Now my co-host once again is not here for reasons I will not disclose, but I'm on and I've brought on my best friend in the whole world, Ben Chapman. How you
So
doing?
just save us. Don't worry. We have people who don't commit. But now, he gave me a call. He said, Ben, I need you. I need you more than anything right now. I said, Josh, I'm your best friend. I'll always do whatever you need me to. And I hopped on in literally less than 10 seconds. I was on Discord ready to go. And here we are, ready to talk about England, the worst team in the freaking world, man.
It's gonna be a good episode. But yeah, we're going to talk about England, obviously, with Ben, because he wasn't on the last one. We're going to cover the
I was supposed
semi-finals.
to be, I was supposed to be, but I couldn't. I was at work. So I had a lot. I was literally telling Josh, I was like, right, make all these points because I want to make sure that my views are put on the podcast, even though I'm not there.
LOL. You know what? We'll dive into it right now. So obviously, last week France beat England 2-1 in normal time. Give me your brief overview of that game.
Okay. My brief overview of the game is that, like I said from the very beginning, England are going to start off slow and they're going to be patient against France. They're going to try and outlast the press. And then come the second half, we'll pick up. And that's what the game plan was. But one crucial element we didn't realize is that Harry Kane would miss the second penalty. That's what we didn't realize. Here's my thing. I think any England fan would have said that he would have scored that. Like I remember like watching it and being like, I was so positive he was going to score. Like I had no doubt in my mind because usually when it comes to penalties, like Harry Kane is like, I have no doubt, but he skied it, and I was just like, that's probably it for us. But from the actual way we played, I thought we were the better team. We created the better chances, and it's just a shame because I think after beating, like, if we would have beat France, like we would have won the whole thing. Like I think we were easily like a better all round team than them. Like they're just very good on the break, and you know there were a few things I would change, like I mean, I can't change Kane missing, but I would change like bringing on Mason Mount. Like, I don't even know how he got an England call up. This guy sucks. He's such a bad player. He's had a shit season as well. Like, what's he actually done? If we're going off of form, like, I didn't even realize Mason Mount was still in the Premier League. Like, that's how irrelevant this guy is. Um, and then brought on Grealish as well before bringing on Rashford. And everyone was saying after Rashford bagged in those like 2 goals, 3 goals, they were okay. Well, he has to start now, or at least he has to be the first sub, like to come on. But still, no. But I think it's a shame. It's an opportunity missed because like it's sort of like that almost moment. Like we almost beat Italy, we almost beat France. Like I thought Italy was way closer than this. I thought Italy were better than France. I thought that Italy team would beat this France team. Honestly,
No,
um,
I agree with that. No, I agree with that. It was a chance. I think England make the final if they win that game. Because
yeah,
yeah, people were saying like, oh, the winner comes from this game. So I don't know about that, but I think they make the final because Morocco are good, but I think train's running out of steam, so they were gonna
yeah.
lose that semi-final. England and France are miles better than them. England played better than France, but here's the question, right? Like you said, with the subs, bringing on Rashford with no time to
Yeah.
go, Grealish with no time to go.
Mm.
Should Southgate stay, or is it time for him to go?
You know what? I've been thinking about this over the past few days. My original opinion after the game, I was like, you know what? I thought that the reason everyone doesn't like Southgate is because he's unimaginative in the way that he plays. It's like a boring football to watch. He doesn't use the talent we have. But when I watched the France game, I was watching like great football in the second half, which is how they played most of the tournament, which is in the second half. I thought they were playing really well, and like they were linking, all the players were linking up really well. Like Harry Kane again was that link in the middle for everybody. Saka was running rings around. I'm not going to get onto any, referee decisions. Like, I think everyone is aware that's possibly the worst, like, refereeing performance this year,
Yeah.
like, at the World. I think it's pretty certain. And then, like, if that affected us, it affected us. But we can't say that was why we lost because we missed the penalty. Do you know what I mean? And we had chances that we also missed. It's just annoying, But back on the Southgate thing, my instant reaction was like, well, he's not been afraid of France. He's gone for it in the second half, and it was obvious. They were the better team by a mile. Like it wasn't even. I thought like it wasn't even close in the second half. I wasn't scared, but like. Then I looked at a list of teams that Southgate has beaten over the time he's been like as England manager, and you look, it's just like there's not a top 15 ranked team there, like or at least not like a top 10 ranked team for sure. And it's like always choking on that big game, the Italy, Croatia, France. It's just like it's long, So mate, the thing is, when you say get Southgate out, I want your opinion. Who were they going to bring in? I, I don't know who they could bring in. All the England talent, there's not a lot, and the England talent that is there is preoccupied with other things. The rebuild of Chelsea, the rebuild of Newcastle. Like, what you want hard as England manager? No, I don't.
It's tough. It's tough because there is that thing of like a lot of like Jamie Carragher came out and said an English person should be the English manager, which I mean, fair enough if you have that opinion, but I think if you venture out of that, there's a lot of options. You've got people like Tuchel, he's not in a job. Pochettino, he's not in a job. These are world class managers who've won things. I think they could do a job with that England team, but will they be accepted by the fans? Because England have had managers from Sweden. They've had Ericsson. They've had Capello. Both flopped. So
yeah,
I don't know. Eddie Howe, if he was free, would be perfect. But he's at Newcastle. I don't think he's leaving.
And he plays the type of football that I would like to see. And like, obviously, Newcastle have a limited amount of talent, even though we've brought in some good people. But England don't have they're not at a loss for talent. They arguably have the best or the second best team in that World Cup, depth wise and player for player wise. I think that the quality is insane. Like there's not one player on that team that I thought, well, I mean, besides like Connor Cody and Mason Mount and like, but then again, like he didn't really play at all. But like this, like there's so much talent, is what I'm saying. And like, the thing is with Southgate, he has a passion for England. Obviously, being an England fan, and you don't get that with managers that like aren't from like the country they're managing. In a sense, like the waistcoats with the it's coming home on, like he encapsulates like what it means to be an English football fan. Like he wants it more than anything. He's lived it. He tried to do it before. He couldn't do it then. He wants to do it now. It's like his life dream, and he also like sparks the imagination of the fans. Like fans get behind him, even though people may put him down. I won't swear, but they may say bad things about him and his tactics. He still excites the fans, I think. And for me, I don't want to see like Tuchel, sorry, or I don't want to see Pochettino. I want to imagine Jose Mourinho.
No, I think people would take him. If it's just Mourinho, I think people take that.
Yeah, people would take him for sure. But like, that's the thing. Like, it's do you want to like sacrifice all that he's built over the past few years? Because like realistically, that team has been like the reason they play so well now is because they're molded by Southgate. Like he's the one that brought all the team together. I remember Bellingham. No, not Bellingham. Might have been like Henderson or something. He was like, you should have seen the old England tours. You just get there, show up, you did a train, and then go home. Like there wasn't any togetherness, but he's brought that together. I feel like England are a lot of if, buts, and maybes, right?
Yep.
Like, oh, if that random long shot hadn't gone in, oh, if we would have scored that penalty. I don't think it's down to our quality. Like honestly, I don't think it's down to our quality.
It's the story of England. It's been like this for years. Southgate's done a great job with that team. The morale's up. Like you hear from all the players. I said it with Charlie last week. All the players that from the previous generation, so like Ferdinand and Rooney, always said United players that table, Chelsea players that. Now everyone's friends, and it's weird to see, but it's good for the England team, 100%. But Southgate reminds me of Solskjaer in that way that you love him, right? The vibes are great. He's brought the squad together, and he's not bad. But it's that last bit to get you over the line. They're both semi-final merchants or quarter-final merchants. Lost a big final each. There's so many similarities, and it was time to move on from Solskjaer, but I never admitted it. But now looking back, I could see it. And with Southgate, I think it's time to move on because the morality's there. Everyone's together. I think you have to move on. But then who comes in if they're not English? So that's the thing.
That's right. Like if you look at open play, not individual like errors like when it comes to penalties or free kicks or whatever. Open play, I didn't see like besides the USA game where they clearly played for the points to secure safety in the group. Which you can think about how you want. I personally don't care as long as we go through. There's not like a lot that I can discredit Southgate on. Like I never felt worried against Wales. I didn't feel worried against the USA. I never felt worried against Iran. I never felt worried against Senegal one bit. Like in open play, I don't see like a flaw. I feel like people look for the flaws as much as possible because like football fans are fickle. Like let's be honest, football fans are so fickle. Like you could have the greatest manager come in one day, a couple losses into the season, some football fans are already saying get him out. He was never good.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know what I mean? Like that's how fickle football fans can be. And for me, when I look at the actual how the team plays, the tactics that put out, I personally think that he's done a great job and is still doing a great job. It comes down to individual errors. You can't coach not missing a penalty. Like that's something only the player can do himself. When I think I saw Shearer and Lineker talking about that walk up to the penalty spot. It's the longest walk of your life, and you can change your mind 8 times on where you're going to put the ball by the time you get there. And it took so long for Kane to take both penalties as well, and you just think it's not that we didn't lose because of Southgate. Like at the end of the day, we didn't. We lost because of Harry Kane, and we lost. Like I'm not putting it on him. Like he had a great tournament, but we're not going to also beat around the bush and say that we're out because he missed that penalty.
Yeah,
we've still gone out, but our fighting chance was killed by him missing that penalty. And that's
fair.
Against like Italy, penalties. Like what? Sure, Southgate didn't play the most imaginative football then, but what can you say? We conceded 1 goal against Italy. The rest of the tournament, it was an easy breeze through.
Yeah.
Like Germany, we made one mistake. I remember Raheem Sterling lost the ball at the halfway line, and it was like I was like a head was in my hands. I couldn't believe it. But if you actually deep it, like open play, what has he really done wrong?
No, I back it. I think I don't know. I just think when you don't win with this team, right, with the opportunities and the chances, I think maybe you have to change it. But enough on Southgate. On the last topic of this game, Huh?
It's like a serial loser. Like he can't help but lose, no matter.
That's the
what
thing.
happened.
It's the mentality thing, But yeah, last thing about the game that I want to talk about is Mbappe. Where's Mbappe? What? He's in his car. He wasn't there.
Flying in his car.
Mbappe, nothing. I saw nothing.
What it is? Mid-Bappe. What did he do? You know what he did? He ran to the edge of the box and away from the edge of the box and had the ball stolen from him by another player, then who passed to Tchouaméni and then scored. But if you actually watch the game, there was one thing I saw. Him and Walker were like neck on neck, and he like just edged like by like give or take like a quarter of a meter, and then people are saying, "Oh, he blazed past Walker." Right? He didn't really, did he? Because then Walker like stood in front of him and stood him up
Yeah.
afterwards. Stopped. Like he didn't do anything. If I gave him a rating that game, I'd give him a 5.5, maybe a 6.
Yeah.
But like people are talking about Mbappe and they're talking about how good Mbappe is. Bro, when Griezmann puts on that France shirt, it's different, man. It's different.
I agree.
This guy's crazy, honestly.
He's always been good for France. You know, for club, he's inconsistent, but for France, and in this tournament, I think he's been one of the best players. Like he got both
Yeah.
assists against England. He is unreal, and he's played in so many different positions for France. He's played up front, he's played on the wing. This time, he's more of a free role. He's really underrated. I think. The thing is, I think someone should sign him, but he's only good for France. Club level, it's different, but
Yeah, that's the thing. Like some players, when they put that international shirt on, it's just like Ochoa.
it's true. It's true.
But like really, you could have another Dembele on that left side where Mbappe was, and you wouldn't notice a difference. You'd
Yeah.
probably honestly, he didn't do anything. Like he really didn't do much in the big games so far. I haven't seen it.
Nah, me neither. And talking about him in big games, last night France did beat Morocco 2-0. He did do something that led to the second goal, agreed. He did some good body feints, his shot was deflected and it was tapped in. But apart from that, I mean, it is a key moment. I'll give him that. It showed his skill.
But it's like if we look down at it, like we actually look at the specifics of what happened. His shot was deflected away, was going out for a corner, and then the ball got put in the back of the net by the substitute. I forget what that guy's name is.
Yeah, even I've forgotten. I think it's Muani, Kolo Muani. Yeah, Kolo Muani. It was a good positioning from him, but it saved Mbappe's performance. That
You don't call that an assist.
no,
I don't know if that
it's
goes
no,
as an assist, but
it's
you
not.
don't call it an assist.
It's not. And Mbappe, apart from that, was being shut down consistently, either by Hakimi or the other Moroccan centre backs. That tackle. Did you see that slide tackle when he was in the box?
I honestly don't get me started on that because we could talk a whole episode about. I've got such rage for diving players. Like even for England, like I hate when the players dive. Like it's so obvious. But it was so funny, man. Like the guy, you know when you're like doing butt kicks when you're warming
Yeah.
up, he like threw his heels so far back. I was like, but it was a great tackle. I thought it was like proper hard Brexit tackle. That was the get out tackle.
It was, and honestly, Morocco took it to France, and they could have won if they had a striker yesterday. You saw how many chances they had, and it got cleared off the line near the end there. But they had so many chances, and once again, their strikers have let them down. They can't pull the trigger, and I honestly feel that Morocco could have reached that final if they just had someone that could finish. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate, but I knew it was coming.
Low-level striker, not low-level, but like a Mitrovic or someone like someone who took the ball in the back of the net. Like they didn't have anybody who actually took a shot. They had the bicycle kick, but like that was just a moment of brilliance from that player.
Exactly. That's it. You can't rely on that. You need someone to actually put these chances away. But I saw it coming. I knew Morocco were gonna, not because they're bad. I think they played better than France. They've been one of the best performing teams in the tournament, one of the most united teams. But you just knew when you don't have a striker in a tournament, it's gonna cost you at some point. But it's unfortunate. What a story. They're into the third place playoff. France though looked. I didn't think they looked that good. Griezmann played well once again, but
listen, when you look at who they've played against England, and now they've played against Morocco. Morocco aren't that good. Right? Let's be honest. They're not a top 10 or even top.
They're not.
But they still looked flaky in defense. And yeah, they did have not their best team out for sure, like by any means. But like, we have to look at their defense is leaky, like for sure. How do you say his name?
Upamecano. He's injured though. They played Konate yesterday.
He gave away 2 penalties against us. 3 nearly. Well, 2 again on Saka, and then 1 was somebody else. But that's like that's something at this level you can't have. You like
Yeah,
is
yeah.
okay. You're benched, you know. So like for me, I want to see in Ghana Messi. I want to see this guy run rings around. I want to see him fake shot, ball roll flick. I want him to Miggy Almer on it top corner. I want to. I want to
Almiron.
see. I want to see Messi smash France out so badly.
Nah, I'd love it. I'd love it. It's a good segue into the Argentina game. They annihilated Croatia 3-0. And it was the Messi show again. He's continued his form as the best player in the World Cup. There's no question, right? He has been unreal at the age of 35 to do what he's doing. To score the penalty as emphatically as he has. And you saw what he did for that third goal. Running
Yeah.
down the line. He sent Guardiola, who's been one of the best defenders in the tournament, to the shops.
Yeah.
Best player in the world. I'd like to apologize on here for saying Ronaldo was the GOAT. I just want to apologize. I can't believe I ever thought that. It was my United bias. It blinded me.
This
And
is the football fan stuff I'm talking about. You know what I mean? Now that Ronaldo's left United and that he's had a bad World Cup, now it's Messi's the GOAT. Messi was always the GOAT. Always.
I thought he was, but then Ronaldo joined, and I didn't say it at first, but then I watched him and I was like, oh yeah, he is. But Ronaldo is just the best at doing things, or he was at his prime. He was the best at doing things everyone can do. Messi does things that no one can do.
I don't see Messi does what Messi does.
Exactly.
Ronaldo, what everyone can do, just better.
It's true.
Messi's the most unique and the best football player ever. But again, yeah, like you said, the Messi show, it was all him. And like Alvarez has had a good tournament as well, to be fair.
I'm pissed
Like,
at that, bro. I
I
can't.
don't know. Yeah,
City.
I don't know how flipping City find these guys, man. Honestly.
I'm so angry. You got Alvarez on the bench and Haaland. Oh man. It's annoying, but he's having a good tournament. I do want Argentina to win the final. I think Messi deserves this World Cup, but Charlie was saying last week, he said Alvarez has Haaland to learn from, and then Lautaro Martinez is learning from Lukaku. So that's why Alvarez is starting. Martinez hasn't scored. He's been missing sitters. So is Lukaku. It's the Inter thing. It's so jokes. But honestly, Argentina, to see them recover from losing against Saudi in that first game, right, to go on and win the whole thing. I think I said it to Hussein in the first episode we did in the World Cup. I said, they lost to Saudi. Fair enough. Maybe it doesn't mean anything because Spain lost to Switzerland in 2010 and they won the World Cup. And he said like, no. Saudi, I'm telling you, they are gonna, they're gonna be the team to. They got knocked out.
Man. Fuck's sake.
It's so funny, honestly.
I think Hussein's ball knowledge is good, but he just makes statements that I don't think he thinks are true. I think he just says things for the impact of like saying them for the sake of saying.
No, I don't know.
I mean?
He's very impulsive, isn't he? I mean, I think he just thinks something. He's like, yeah, that one. Like Saudi played well in that game, but it was what Argentina are the South American champions. They have Lionel Messi. They were going to do well. Maybe not final, but they did very well. And now,
finals. I thought they'd make like the semis or the quarters, but when they lost to, Saudi Arabia, I thought there's leaks in that defense for sure.
No,
I mean, and then conceded 2 goals against when who was it against? Just the the quarters. Who did they play?
Oh yeah, Netherlands. Yeah, right at the end.
Yeah, Weghorst.
That was insane. Right. That was insane. But yeah, no, they fixed up in this Croatia game, to be fair. But Croatia didn't offer much going forwards. Once again, a team with no striker. I called it. You can't not have a striker. It got them through in the last 2 rounds, but you need someone that can finish. You have Modric, fair enough. Probably the best midfielder of our generation. Top 3, definitely. I mean, you can argue for number 1, but you have him. You've got Kovacic. You've got Perisic, who's solid. You've got Guardiola at the back. Their keeper Livakovic, who's getting a transfer. He's definitely getting a transfer.
How do you say it? I thought it was Livakovic.
Livakovic,
right? Okay.
Yeah, but he's been insane. And the Croatia team, apart from their strike force, has done really well this tournament. Consecutive semi-finals, nothing to be scoffed at. But Modric is gone in the next World Cup, and I think that's the end of
Yeah.
of
Oh, that's very important for them. I don't care about how good they are at penalties. Like this guy literally does so much for them.
mm,
Like you actually keep it. It's crazy.
no, he is. He's key. But did you know that Croatia actually have not won in the last two World Cups a single knockout game? In like they haven't won a game. They've drawn or lost.
Croatia.
Yeah, because they draw and then they go to penalties and win, or they
Penalty.
lose.
Crazy. That's a good point.
Except for the England game. That's the only game.
Yeah.
That's
You
such an England thing, honestly.
You know what it is? I also watched a video, and I like Harry Kane. You know, I think Harry Kane is like, I think he's a really, really well-rounded striker. But in big moments, he's not there, man. In the moments where you need him, against Croatia, Raheem Sterling is
It's
right
true.
there.
It's true.
Not today, sorry, this tournament, when we needed him the most, what did he do? He missed. He sent it to. Can't say that because some people might get offended. He sent it to the sky. So it's like I think he's quality, but like let's be honest. I've seen a few people now saying it might be time for Harry Kane to drop out of the striker spot and to try and sit a bit deeper.
I think it's the I don't know what it is. I think it is the Spurs gene. He's been there a lot. He hasn't won anything. He's 30, 31. However old, I think he's around 30. He's not won anything. He
Yeah.
doesn't know what it's like. Like, these successful players, usually they're young, they start winning things, the senior players show them the mentality, and they're set. Ronaldo had it, Messi had it, you know? Mbappe has it as well. He won the World Cup when he was a teenager. You see what it's like to win things. Kane has never experienced that. He's in a Spurs team that always chokes. He's part of an England squad that hasn't succeeded yet. And is it too late for him to learn that? I'm not sure. I mean, Van Persie managed to do it at the end of his career with United, but is Kane gonna do that? I don't know.
Do you know what it is? It's like he's such a what if player
It's true.
because like there's so much that like we know he's capable. Do you know what I mean? That's the thing. That's the annoying thing. We know that England team is capable of winning the whole thing. It's just like it came down when it comes down to it, individually, like the players, like it just doesn't fall for them on the night, you know. And for Harry Kane, it just didn't, you know. And he went the same way again. And funnily enough, the keeper dove that way as well. So even if it was on target, obviously he's tried to smash it because that's his go-to side,
Yeah.
you know. So just
It is. Honestly, the pub I was in, it was heartbreak. You'd put your house and kids' lives on Kane to score that. Everyone thought, I thought he was going to score. I was like, 2-2, let's go. I'm going to have to wait for extra time. And a dinner reservation, I was like, no, it's extra time. We're not making it. You missed. I couldn't believe it.
Then, like, honestly, this England team, I just have a feeling that this, like, squad of so much talent that we have, I just feel like are getting, like, not getting wasted, but, like, in a way, like, they're going to become a what-if team.
Yep.
Like, they could have been the ones to win, you know? But just those individual moments that send us out, man.
It's true. It's true. But I think, I hope Kane comes to his senses, leaves to a bigger club. I'd love him at United, but I don't know if he'll go there. If he stays at Tottenham, he is going to end his career with no trophies. At least Alan Shearer won the Premier League one time, right? Kane's got nothing.
But where can he go? Like, he can't go anywhere.
No, we're not going to...
Besides United, like, really, you guys don't have an out-and-out striker.
No, exactly, but I wouldn't pay 100 mil for him. That's the thing.
If you had Kane a bit deeper, but then again, like, where do you play, like, Eriksen in that situation, or Bruno? Like, how do you play Bruno and Eriksen?
Exactly. That's the thing, right? if
not going to go forward in your. He'll play like it is for England.
he'd have to be
Like
a 9. Kane would have to be a 9 if he came to United, but I don't think it's gonna happen. Ten Hag likes signing young players with potential. Um, well, I mean, except Casemiro. Ericsson was a free, so that's no risk. But Casemiro is old, but the rest of the signings have been young players with potential. Martinez, Anthony Malacia. So I don't think if he's to get his number 9, he's not going to get Kane, who'll be good for 2 or 3 years. He'll get someone else that could be good for 5 to 6 years. So I honestly think he stays at Spurs and he wastes his career. And he's going to be like, oh, what if? Like you said, a what if player. And that's a shame.
Right.
It's a shame.
at the end of the day, like we've just got to sort of look at it and realize that England could have done it, but they didn't. So let's just like stop crying every night.
It is. It is what it is. But the World Cup final, like we said, is set. It's Argentina versus France. Messi versus Mbappe. In Qatar, what a surprise. The owners of PSG and the two best players are facing off against each other.
Yeah.
Who do you think is taking the World Cup trophy home?
I think it's tough, because Argentina, player for player, aren't great against France. I think France have a much better team than Argentina, but it's the Messi factor. Like, how much is Messi going to show up on the night? Because, like, let's be honest, it's Messi versus France, and maybe a little bit of Alvarez.
Hmm.
So it's how much can he do? I want to say for the storyline Argentina, but I think I'm going to say France are going to become back to back.
I kind of agree with that. I was talking about it with some people at work today. I was like, I would love more than anything for Argentina and Messi to just win the World Cup and then Messi just retire. Like that would be amazing. But France I think are a better team than Argentina, and I think they will take them. But here's the thing: Messi predominantly plays on the right. Yes, he has a free role, but he plays on the right. France's left back is Theo Hernandez. This guy does not defend.
Yeah.
All we need is Messi to work his magic.
He's gonna Boateng him. He's gonna make him die on the spot.
That's the thing. We can say France have got a better team, they got a better chance. But if Messi plays like how Messi can, I think Argentina take it. But it's a lot of ifs and buts. I have no idea. I think Argentina. No, I think France, but I want Argentina to win.
Yeah, me too. I'll go for that, and I will say that my real prediction is that France will win in extra time. I think.
I don't want to see Messi losing another final, man.
Heartbreak. If it's penalty heartbreak, I know France are winning because that Argentina side don't have like enough experience at all.
I would pay my year's salary though to see Mbappe take the deciding penalty and miss.
Yeah, I would love to see that. I would absolutely love to see. Listen, I'm an Mbappe hater. I'm a hater, man. Like, I'll openly admit it. I do not like this guy. I hate him. I hope he like breaks his leg in the next. Honestly,
I don't like him. I don't like him. He's full of himself. His ego's too big.
He's not that good. He's just not that good. Like, if you actually watch what he's done this tournament in the big games, he's not done anything like at all. At least Kane got assists. Like, what did this guy do?
He has scored the goals, but I don't know. In the last couple of games, all he's been doing is flicking the right stick. That's all I've been seeing.
Yeah.
He hasn't scored in the last 2 games, semi-finals and quarterfinals. And like you said, like Charlie said last week, like I've been saying, he doesn't show up in the big games. And
I think that people in this final will start to realize that let's be honest, who's at right back for Argentina?
Molina.
You know what? Like, the fact I don't know who that is, like, I would only know him if he had pace on FIFA.
That's true.
As a right.
That's true.
And he definitely doesn't because I don't know him.
It's true.
So, like, the right stick may work. Like this game, it could show up. But his delivery into the box is shocking. Like, I watched the Morocco game. He just booted it. Like, he got past his defender and he booted it all the way over the box just to nobody. Like, he's like he's a imperfect winger
Yeah.
in my opinion. Like he's got the dribbling ability, he's got the pace, he's got like all the flair. His shooting is like it's good for like a winger, but like is he a striker? No, not really.
No, he's a winger with the striker's mentality, and he needs to get that out of his head.
Mm,
You need to cross. You need to know how to pass the ball, which he doesn't. You remember that graphic of him, Neymar, and Messi? How many times
yeah,
they are passed to him, and he just doesn't pass to them at all.
on 0 assists for Messi, but they had assisted him so much.
That's
Crazy.
that's the thing. Not even one assist.
No, he doesn't sit wide like ever, so he never has the opportunity to pass. Like, do you remember that clip where Mbappe was like he was asking for the ball on
Mm.
the far left side? He didn't get it. He just stopped running and he went like
Yeah,
that.
yeah. He just threw a
On the far
tantrum.
left. Like what? Like he had the ability to take the ball if they passed to him and then put it into the box. But if he got the ball, he would have probably just tried dribble and shoot, cut in and shoot.
It's true. I don't think he is all that he's cracked up to be. I mean, he's good right now, yes, but if his pace goes, if he gets one injury, he's done.
Yeah, when the pundits say, "Oh, this is the best player in the world right now," I'm what? Who? He's the best player in the world right now. Is that what you're telling me? After Messi's carried a whole team to the final of the World Cup, are you serious? You think that mid Mbappe, is the best player in the world? Like he's a very good player. No one's denying that, but he's not. He's not close to Messi. Like in this tournament, at least. Let's say.
Yeah,
This
no,
tournament.
I don't think so in general. I think that's it. He's just quick. That's it. His dribbling is good because he's quick. It's not like he's like Messi isn't fast anymore. Yeah, you saw what he did to Guardiola. That was just a body feint because he
Yeah,
stopped running. He was like, I'm not beating you for pace, and
he
he
just
just feinted him, and that was it.
found him.
That's skill. That's dribbling. Mbappe's just quick, and when his legs go, his career goes.
Can I ask you a question, right?
Yeah,
Because I remember talking with you and Hussein, and you said that he wouldn't survive in the Premier League because he's so fast. He relies on his pace.
yeah.
Like he'll just get chopped down. What about Thierry Henry?
What about Thierry Henry?
Well, he was just as fast.
Yeah, but he had other things.
That's what I'm saying. This is why this guy is like he couldn't survive. Not because he's like not because he's so fast that he'd just get tackled and injured, which is such a hypothetical. It's such a hypothetical. Like it's the players are gonna tackle him because he's so fast. I don't think that's like even worth thinking about. If you just look at his ability, like for example, Henri did it his whole career at Arsenal, like the whole time, and like he was just as fast, if not faster, than Mbappe. Like there's an argument to be made there that he was faster.
Mm.
Um, and you say, okay, well, Thierry Henry had the shooting, he had the dribbling, he had the passing ability, he had the knowledge, the actual game IQ, and you think, well, that's why he did so well. If Mbappe came to the Prem, would he do as well as Thierry Henry?
No,
Not for the reason of him being too fast that players are going to chop him down.
no, no, no,
For the
no.
reason that he's not complete enough to be a striker in the Premier League. Yeah, he could be a winger. Sure, no, I don't deny that he could be a winger in the Premier League for sure. We've seen quick wingers in the Prem all the time, but not a striker. We have to stop talking about Mbappe like he's a striker because in a top three league, I don't think he cuts it as a striker.
Nah, I don't think so either. I don't think so either.
The best striker in the world right now is the biggest and the strongest. That's just how it is.
It's true. He lacks the strength. The only role maybe he could play is one similar to Rashford, but Rashford can actually pass and cross and take
Yeah.
free kicks. Mbappe just runs and shoots. He hasn't got much else in his locker. This is gonna be a good clip. Any of these Mbappe things, but it's true. There are so many players are more complete than Mbappe. Mbappe is just very good at running and dribbling because he is quick, not because he is good at dribbling.
And I will never stop saying that TikTok and social media overhype this guy so much.
It's
When you
facts.
like, when you talk about like the idea that Lampard was. We had a conversation about basically Gerrard, the comparison between Gerrard and Lampard, and when they got fired and how the media handled it. Bro, the way the media handle Mbappe is so forced. Like I get Mbappe shoved down my throat every time like I go on social media. And like in reality, it's sort of just like conditioning to people to think he's the best player in the world. When you actually look at it, okay, he's won a World Cup. He's probably about to win another World Cup again. Fair enough, man. Back-to-back World Cups is crazy, but it's not. It's not him. It's like Messi. Like you can say Messi, if they win the World Cup this year, it was Messi's World Cup.
Mm.
Messi won the World Cup. That's what like an all-time great player can do. He can push a team all the way. But honestly, like I think Mbappe's not even top 3 players at France this tournament.
Jeez.
To get them to where they are, Griezmann, Giroud. Bro, Giroud's crazy. Like I actually hate how good this guy is.
Nah, Giroud, it's not fair, man. He's good at football. He's tall and he's good looking. Just you gotta give us something.
No, man. It's annoying. It's annoying. And like people like Rabiot have come through.
Rabiot. He was a huge miss in the Morocco game, but I agree. Honestly, Mbappe has not been. He scored goals, yes, but none past the last 16. So you know what? I'm gonna back you with that. Not even top 3 in the France squad.
And you know what it is? Because and one thing I will say, some people might be like, "Oh, well, what did Kane do in the last 16?" I'm pretty sure he assisted against Senegal, right?
He assisted and scored.
Yeah. So
exactly, and he scored in the quarterfinal. Yeah, it's a pen, but he still scored. Like,
would Mbappe have scored that penalty?
No, he doesn't even take penalties for France.
There's no.
Look, I feel for Kane. I feel for the whole England. I mean, Kane was against Lloris, his club keeper, but he did choke. But
do you know what it is? Lloris, I genuinely thought before this World Cup, I was like, he's gonna have a stinker because he's not been doing it like recently. I thought that like when Newcastle played Spurs, I was like, hey, I would be so confident against this guy. Like Almiron just put it past him so easily.
Wilson not fouled him. He just won the ball from him, didn't he?
Yeah, he just ran into Wilson and fell over. He just had a stinker, and I was like, maybe this guy's not that good this season. Like maybe he's having a bit of a meh. But he's coming to the World Cup and he's not been too bad, to be fair. Like he's had a decent run.
Yeah, once again, it might be the Spurs gene, but also so many French players when they put on that France shirt, like even Pogba when he's fit for France, different animal, but it's worked out for them. Lloris might be captaining France to another World Cup win. I hope it doesn't happen. But we roll on Sunday. Well, Saturday's the third place game, but who do you think's gonna win that? I think Morocco win
that. Against Croatia.
Yeah.
Yeah, phone call. I think Croatia beat them.
Nah, Morocco win.
Flip is this?
This guy, you know.
Hold on.
Just hang up. Just hang up. We'll close the episode off.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know why.
All right. Cool.
Okay. But yeah, remember when we did the predictions and we said like who would be the black horse player?
I can't remember what we said. You know.
Dark horse.
Dark horse. I can't remember what we said. I have to.
No,
I'll have to watch it back. I'm not sure. But yeah, I mean, we will do a World Cup review, and probably wait, were you there for the World Cup preview?
No.
Well, I mean, if I asked you, we might just get you to come back on and go over everything. But
yeah, I think player of the tournament has to be Messi.
No, it's got to be. I think he wins the Golden Ball regardless of what happens in this game. Unless,
really?
Yeah. No, even if like Griezmann puts in another masterclass, it's the World Cup. Messi's done really well. FIFA will give it to him. It's gonna happen. Yeah. It's gonna happen.
Yeah, fair enough.
But yeah, hopefully Messi brings it back. I really, 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 really want it. Hussein has been hating on Messi, but even he had to applaud that third goal that day.
Yeah, later Hussein actually admitted, like, wow, this guy's like. He's something else, man.
He did admit that Messi is he's done it multiple times now since he came out on this podcast as a Messi appreciator.
Bro, like honestly, you know what it is? Like at 35 to do what he does, like even just like for any player, it's ridiculous. But
It's unreal.
just be dribbling around players and just like it didn't even look difficult for him. As well as he tapped the ball into the box, he just started slowly jogging off afterwards. Like, I was like,
Nah, he's different. He is the best ever. But hopefully, it brings it home. But thank you for filling in today for my co-host who's missed 2 episodes in a row.
so anytime, man. If you need a new co-host, I'll send an application through. Don't worry.
I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. But yeah, thank you guys for watching another episode of the Touchliner. This is the last one happening during the World Cup, so we hope you've enjoyed our enjoyed our coverage of it. Like, follow, subscribe, download, all that good stuff. I'll leave Ben's Tinder in the description, and we'll see.
I was just about to say that. This is why we're best friends, man. We're still like one single girls out there.
Oh my days. Comment your predictions as well, guys, and I'll see you in the next one in a bit.